Leave Donald Trump below. He's right. I know that's not what we want to hear, but when he says America first, he means it. No apologies, no hesitation. He plays to win for his people, and yes, probably for himself too.
From this day forward, our country will flourish and be respected again all over the world. We will be the envy of every nation, and we will not allow ourselves to be taken advantage of any longer. During every single day of the Trump administration, I will very simply put America first.
And Africa, we need that same unapologetic energy. Africa first. Winning for Africa.
I think this is a wake-up call for the African leaders. To the same extent that President Trump is saying USA first, African leaders must also say Africa first. This is a wake-up call to the African leaders to take inventory of what is really happening in their countries. Do they really need the peanuts that are coming in as aid?
Let's take a leaf from his book. Greetings, my people, and welcome back to my channel, Dr. Christy Agawu. If you're new here, thank you and welcome. Like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of these bold conversations. And if you've been rocking with me already, welcome back. You know how we do. Today, we're talking about Africa first. Trump got it right. Now hold on, don't come for me yet. Let me explain. Thing is, Trump doesn't care if you like him. He cares if America gains, in the ways he defines it. He's there to make deals that serve his nation. He'll pull out of treaties, leave the UN, walk away from the WHO, threaten the WTO if he thinks it's not serving American interests. Now, that's not selfishness, that's strategy. That's putting your people first. Now, let us be clear. Trump's America First has come at a real cost for many populations inside America itself, especially African Americans, immigrants, and Black and Brown communities who've borne the brunt of the divisive policies. That harm is undeniable. But the point I'm making is this. The lesson for African leaders is not to copy Trump's politics. It's to adopt the unapologetic insistence on putting his people's interests first, the way that African leaders must do for the people. Meanwhile, African leaders, they're still chasing the privilege of sitting at someone else's table, tables where the menu was written decades ago without them and usually about them, tables serving food that makes Africa sick. We must not forget, and it bears repeating, that Europe met in 1884 to carve up Africa. And the same logic of exclusion and exploitation is alive in today's institutions. After the Second World War, which Professor P.L. Lumumba calls the European Tribal Wars, the great powers sat down in Bretton Woods to design the new global order. The IMF, the World Bank, and later the WTO. Of course, Africa was still colonized then. We weren't in the room, we weren't on the guest list, and the rules were never written with us in mind, much less benefit us. As Dr. Arikana Chuhombori Kwao puts it, they were not created to benefit the developing world. To the contrary, they were built to steal from the developing world. Their success is based on our failure. The institutions are not broken for Africa. They're working exactly as intended. So now look at the scoreboard. Unequal trade rules, debt dependency, structural adjustment programs that stripped our schools and hospitals, privatization that sold our wealth for pennies, endless exports of raw materials while importing finished products at 10 times the cost. We cannot say this enough. For instance, Africa produces 70% of the world's cocoa, yet earns less than 5% of the chocolate's markets. We mine cobalt for global tech giants, but import most of the finished batteries from abroad. The IMF will fund a road to the port that ships out minerals, but not the processing plant that keeps value at home. This isn't incompetence, it's design. And Africa doesn't need to beg for crumbs at someone else's table when we have the food, the land, the minerals, and the very table itself. We control cobalt, gold, platinum, oil, and rare earth minerals. We have the youngest population on earth, a rising middle class, vast farmland. This is not weakness, this is bargaining power. Everybody and every business wants to come to this country, Trump says. Heck, If you want to play in America, pay to play. Pay the membership fee. Trump is rewriting the rules. Africa must adopt the same mindset. Set the terms. Build a table others fight to sit at. The African Continental Free Trade Area is a step, but it needs leaders who are unapologetically ready to say Africa first. Trump plays for America. The IMF plays for its shareholders. The WTO plays for its biggest exporters. In Africa, we've been playing for everyone but for ourselves. And here's what should enrage us. Africa is the wealthiest continent on paper, but its people live some of the poorest lives on earth. That contradiction is not normal. That should fuel outrage. The people of Africa must be enraged. They must be outraged. They must be asking questions and demanding answers. Because the moment Africans themselves demand change, real change, leaders will be forced to deliver it. Africa does not lack power. It sits on a ton of wealth. Africa just seems to lack the will to say enough. The day Africa flips the script is the day it stops asking for permission and starts setting the rules. So, my people, let's be clear. Africa has the power, the resources, and the right to set its own table, not beg for a seat at someone else's table. It's Africa first, always. Now, if you enjoyed this, go ahead and like, subscribe, share, and drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's get this gig going and keep the conversation alive. Until the next time, stay strong, stay informed, and stay Africa first.